Welcome to Moments of Stillness, a place to slow down and find peace within yourself. Today, let's talk about learning to look at yourself with softer eyes. Have you ever noticed how easily you can be kind to others, yet how hard it is to be gentle with yourself? When someone else makes a mistake, you tell them, it's okay, everyone slips up sometimes. But when you're the one who stumbles, your heart tightens and your mind becomes a storm of self-blame. You forgive others so easily, yet you hold yourself hostage to every little flaw. You comfort people when they fall, but when it comes to your own pain, you whisper that you should have known better, that you should have done more, that you should have been stronger. We grow up in a world that praises strength, perfection, and endless productivity. We are told to do more, to be more, to achieve more. And somewhere along the way, we forget that we are human. We forget that we have the right to be tired, to be unsure, to not always have it together. We forget being gentle with ourselves isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's how we stay whole, how we stay kind, how we stay real. There are days when you wake up and just don't feel like doing anything. Days when even breathing feels heavy. You stare at your to-do list, at the expectations waiting for you, and all you want is to hide. Then comes the guilt. The whisper that says, you're lazy, you're falling behind, you should be stronger than this. But the truth is, those days don't make you weak. They make you human. You can't always be motivated, focused, or full of light. Life isn't meant to be lived at full speed all the time. Some days, surviving is an accomplishment. Sometimes, simply getting out of bed is enough. You are allowed to have moments when you pause, when you stop carrying the weight of everyone else's expectations, and simply breathe. We've been taught to measure our worth by our achievements, how much we've done, how far we've gone, how much we can give. But rarely do we ask ourselves, am I at peace? We check boxes, chase goals, and push through exhaustion, yet we forget to check in with our own hearts. Somewhere inside, there's a quiet voice asking, what about me? And one day, when you're too tired to keep running, you realize something simple but profound. You've spent so long being kind to the world, but you forgot to be kind to yourself. You were there for everyone else, but never stopped to ask what you needed. You kept pushing, thinking that strength meant never stopping. But maybe real strength is knowing when to rest. Being gentle with yourself starts with listening. It's sitting down with your own feelings instead of running from them. It's saying, I hear you, even to the parts of yourself you've been trying to silence. It's giving yourself permission to rest without feeling guilty. Sometimes, healing begins not with effort, but with surrender. There's a quiet kind of bravery in being soft with yourself. The world tells you to toughen up, to grow a thicker skin, to always rise above, but you don't need to be invincible. You just need to be real. You just need to be kind. You just need to look at yourself and say, I'm doing my best. Gentleness is not weakness. It's strength that doesn't need to shout. When you treat yourself gently, you stop fighting against your own heart. You stop turning your pain into punishment. You begin to see that you don't need to prove your worth to anyone, not even to yourself. You start to understand that you are worthy of love, not because of what you've achieved, but simply because you exist. Think of everything you've been through, every quiet battle, every silent tear, every time you got up when no one saw. You've endured, you've learned, you've grown. Even when you thought you were falling apart, you were actually becoming someone softer, wiser, more human. So don't look at yourself and see only what's missing. Look at all the ways you've survived. Look at the courage it takes to still show up, to still hope, to still care. When you look at yourself with softer eyes, you begin to notice that your scars aren't ugly. They are proof of your strength. They tell stories of how you kept going, even when it hurt. They remind you that you've been broken, yes, but you've also been rebuilt. You've carried pain, and yet somehow you've made room for love again. That's something to be proud of. You don't have to be better to be worthy. You already are. Love doesn't wait for you to become perfect. True love, especially self-love, meets you where you are, messy and uncertain, and says, you're enough right now. Healing doesn't mean forgetting or erasing the past. It means being gentle enough to sit with your wounds and whisper, I see you, I understand. Healing isn't about pretending you're fine. It's about admitting that you're not, and letting that be okay. It's about being honest with yourself, yet tender at the same time. It's about learning to hold your pain, not run from it. And when you start to see yourself with kindness, something magical happens. The world begins to change too. When you stop judging yourself so harshly, you also stop judging others. When you allow yourself to be imperfect, you allow everyone else to be human too. Compassion expands outward. Suddenly, the world feels softer, not because it changed, but because you did. Peace doesn't come from perfection. It comes from acceptance. It's not about fixing everything that's broken. It's about realizing that some things don't need to be fixed to be beautiful. You are not a problem to solve. You are a story to understand. You don't have to shine the brightest, succeed the most, or have it all figured out. Sometimes, peace comes from lowering your shoulders, unclenching your heart, and saying, "This is enough." Sometimes, loving yourself simply means allowing yourself to be. If today feels heavy, if you're tired of trying, take a break. Make yourself a cup of tea. Sit by the window, let the light touch your face, listen to music that feels like a hug. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to deserve your joy. You already do. When you start treating yourself with the same gentleness you give others, your heart starts to heal in ways you didn't know it could. The harsh voice in your mind softens. The old shame begins to fade. You stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start saying, "I'm learning." You realize that even when you falter, you're still growing. Even when you doubt, you're still moving forward. Maybe you've been through things that made you question your worth, people who didn't see your light, moments that left you feeling small, but none of that defines you. You are not what happened to you. You are not your mistakes. You are the strength that carried you through. So the tenderness that refused to harden, the quiet hope that still lingers in your chest. So tonight, or whenever you find yourself in doubt, try looking in the mirror. Really look, not at your flaws, not at the tiredness in your eyes, but at the person who's been trying so hard to keep going. Look at yourself the way you'd look at a dear friend, with softness, with care, with love. Say, "You've done well, you're doing your best. You deserve kindness too." Let that be your truth. You deserve kindness too. You deserve to be loved, not for your achievements, but for your existence. You deserve to rest, to breathe, to be held. You deserve to forgive yourself. You deserve to feel safe inside your own heart. There will still be days when you forget this, when you fall back into old patterns of self-criticism and guilt. That's okay. Being gentle with yourself also means being patient. It means understanding that even self-love takes time. It's not a destination, it's a practice. A quiet choice you make every day, again and again, to be softer, to be kinder, to be understanding. One day you'll look back and realize that all the harshness, all the pressure, all the striving, none of it ever brought you peace. What brought peace was the moment you finally said, "I don't have to fight myself anymore." You'll learn that you can hold yourself tenderly, even when the world feels hard. You'll learn that you can choose calm over chaos, softness over struggle, love over fear. And in that gentleness, you'll find strength, not the kind that conquers, but the kind that endures. So if you're tired of being your own harshest critic, start being your own safe place. Speak to yourself the way you would to someone you love. Forgive the versions of you who didn't know better. Celebrate the parts of you that are still learning, because you've come so far. You've grown through things that once broke you. You've carried your own heart through storms. You've been brave in ways no one saw. You deserve to rest now. You deserve peace. And maybe that's what softness really is. Not giving up, but choosing love even when it's hard. Choosing to look at yourself, not with judgment, but with gentleness. Choosing to believe that you are worthy, even when you don't feel it. So, when the world feels loud, and your thoughts turn against you, take a deep breath. Put your hand over your heart and remind yourself, "I'm still learning. I'm still healing. I'm still enough." You don't need to be perfect to deserve peace. You just need to be kind, especially to yourself. Because sometimes what you need most isn't someone to tell you to try harder, but a quiet voice inside that whispers, "It's okay. You're doing fine. You're already enough." Thank you for spending this quiet moment with Moments of Stillness. If this video helped you feel a little calmer, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a breath of peace today. Until next time, Stay gentle, stay mindful, and find calm in every moment.